Malaysia, once dismissed as a country stuck in the middle, not poor but never quite rich, not a global leader but never truly behind. But something is changing, fast. In just the last year, Malaysia's economy has surged ahead, attracting billions in foreign investment, launching massive infrastructure projects, and rising through global rankings with surprising momentum. While much of the world struggles with inflation, instability, and stagnation, Malaysia is quietly winning. So what's fueling this transformation? Smart policy, strategic alliances, or something even bigger? This is not the Malaysia you think you know. This is why Malaysia is getting rich, fast. Segment 1. Malaysia Economic Growth. Let's start with the numbers, because they don't lie. In the first quarter of 2025, Malaysia's economy grew by 4.4% year-over-year, outpacing much of Southeast Asia and holding strong despite global headwinds. Bank Negara Malaysia projects full-year GDP growth between 4.5% and 5.5%. That's not just solid, it's strategic. This growth isn't being driven by luck. It's the result of years of economic recalibration, fiscal discipline, and policy overhauls. Malaysia's central bank has kept inflation in check while the government narrows the fiscal deficit, targeting 3.8% of GDP this year. Meanwhile, sectors like manufacturing, construction, and services are seeing real momentum, backed by rising domestic demand and a rebound in exports. The result? Investors are taking notice. Confidence is returning, and Malaysia is becoming harder to ignore. But numbers alone don't build a nation. Behind this growth lies a deeper engine, policy and vision. Segment 2. Malaysia's Strategic Economic Policies. Malaysia's growth isn't just happening, it's being engineered. At the center of this transformation is the MADANI Economy Framework, launched by Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. It's more than a slogan. It's a blueprint for sustainable, inclusive growth that aims to raise living standards without leaving anyone behind. Budget 2025 sharpened that focus. The government introduced targeted subsidies, green tax incentives, and a bold plan to cut the fiscal deficit, all while increasing investment in health, education, and digital infrastructure. Malaysia isn't spending recklessly, it's investing strategically. One example? Tax reform. New measures aim to expand the revenue base without choking productivity, helping the country reduce its reliance on oil income and prepare for long-term stability. And here's what really matters. These aren't just numbers on paper. They're restoring public trust, reassuring foreign investors, and repositioning Malaysia as a country that's not just surviving, but planning to lead. Because real wealth isn't built on growth alone, it's built on policy that works. Segment 3. Malaysia Infrastructure and Technological Advancements. Every booming economy has a backbone, and in Malaysia, it's being built in real time. From highways to high-speed rails, data centers to digital corridors, the country is investing in infrastructure that connects not just cities, but futures. In Penang, the upcoming Mutiara LRT line is set to transform regional mobility and unlock new economic zones. Down south in Johor, global tech giants like Microsoft and ByteDance are setting up massive data hubs, turning Malaysia into a key node in Southeast Asia's digital economy. And it's not just about foreign companies. Malaysia's own startups are thriving under government-led digitalization programs, gaining access to funding, cloud infrastructure, and regional markets faster than ever before. This isn't just concrete and code. It's a signal to the world. Malaysia isn't playing catch-up anymore. It's building the future and inviting the world to plug in. Segment 4. Malaysia Foreign Investments and Trade Relations. If you want to know how confident the world is in a country's future, follow the money. And right now, the money is flowing into Malaysia. Foreign direct investment is surging. Microsoft, for example, recently announced a multi-billion ringgit expansion into cloud services and AI infrastructure. Tech firms from China, the US, and Europe are quietly setting up shop, not just in Kuala Lumpur, but across Johor, Penang, and Sarawak. Why? Because Malaysia offers something rare: political stability, skilled talent, and a prime location at the heart of ASEAN, one of the world's fastest growing markets. Meanwhile, Malaysia is expanding its trade footprint. Despite global protectionism and rising tensions, it's doubling down on regional trade, strengthening ties with Indonesia, Vietnam, and Thailand. while positioning itself as a neutral, reliable partner for both China and the West. This isn't just about exports and imports, it's about trust. And trust in policy, in people, in long-term vision is the real currency of growth. Segment 5, Malaysia Socioeconomic Reforms and Workforce Development. But growth means little if it doesn't lift people. Malaysia understands this, and it's acting on it. In 2025, the government rolled out the Bumi Putera Economic Transformation Plan 2035, also known as Putera 35, a bold framework aimed at empowering historically underrepresented communities through education, entrepreneurship, and equity ownership. At the same time, the minimum wage has been raised by 13%, pushing it to 1,700 ringgit, giving millions of workers a meaningful bump in income. Skills training, reskilling, and digital upskilling programs are expanding fast, especially for youth and rural populations. Because in today's economy, wealth isn't just measured in GDP, it's measured in opportunity. From small business grants to AI literacy programs in public schools, Malaysia is investing in the one asset that matters most: its people. It's not just about getting rich, it's about rising together. Segment 6, Malaysia Challenges and Future Outlook. No growth story is without its shadows. Malaysia still faces serious challenges, from global economic volatility to regional trade tensions and domestic inequality. The rise in foreign investment must be balanced with protecting local industries, and while inflation is currently stable, external shocks, from war to weather, can shift things fast. Corruption, while reduced, still lingers in parts of the system, and some communities still feel left behind, even as the cities shine. But here's the difference now. There's a plan, and there's momentum. The reforms aren't perfect, but they're happening. The economy isn't bulletproof, but it's resilient. And the world is watching, not with skepticism, but with curiosity and capital. If Malaysia stays the course, investing in people, tightening policy, embracing innovation, this won't just be a recovery. It'll be a transformation. Malaysia's rise isn't an accident, it's strategy, it's resilience, and it's a story still being written by policymakers, by workers, by people like you. But growth brings questions. Can Malaysia sustain this momentum? Can wealth be built without leaving communities behind? And how will neighbors respond, especially those watching from across the strait? If you want to understand the deeper regional story, the rivalry, the emotion, and the history, watch our previous video, The Truth Malaysians Don't Want to Hear. It explains why many Indonesians feel disrespected by Malaysia, and what that says about Southeast Asia's future. Drop a comment with your thoughts. Is Malaysia finally stepping into its moment, or is the hard part just beginning? And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. This is just the beginning.